Before getting into the Venn diagrams and operations that we have listed up there, first I have to define a very important term, a very important idea to the general sense of what a set is, especially in this setting, which is called the universal set, where a universal set is the collection of all the things that happen within the context of what we're looking at for our problem, for our diagrams, for whatever we have. The universal set is essentially the set of everything. To quote a meme, it is all of the things. Although I say that realizing now that that meme might be older than some of you are, and that makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Anyway, what we're going to do here when we're talking about these universal sets is look at essentially the collections of all things that could contain what we're looking at. Kind of like if you've ever taken stats, the distinction between a population and a sample, it's very much a matter of context. So, to think back to one of the things we saw earlier on, we were talking about all of the sets that began with the letter A, we could say that that is our set A, and the universal set that we have that contains it, which usually we denote with the letter U, can be the set of states as a whole. Or it could be the set of states that begin with the letter A through D for that matter. The universal set, like I said, is a contextual thing. So let's take one more quick loose example here to help understand what this idea represents. So what we're going to do here is suppose that we have the sets A, which consists of English, French, and Spanish, and B, which is German, Dutch, and Russian, where what we want to do is determine what our universal set U could be in this context. So we have our two sets A and B, which consist of those languages there, where again you have a little bit of a looseness in terms of what U is. Usually, I'm not going to ask you to find the universal set because that's not really a fair or closed question, as it were, but it's good to get our head around it here with an example like this. So one thing that we could make U if we want to, U, using, I guess, a word description here, could consist of the set of languages spoken in Europe. Or, like I said, it could be the set of languages spoken through the world or the universe, or if you can think of some more direct connections between German, Russian, French, and Spanish, it could be some other set there. Again, the idea of a universal set is very much a contextually defined thing. It's just the container around which the pieces that we are currently interested in happens to live. It's why I'm not, like I said, going to ask a lot of questions that have this sort of flavor, but again, it's good to see that looseness in action as well as this definition in a tiny bit of context. So now that we have a bit of a sense of what a universal set is, let's apply that idea and some of our other ideas to things that should be a bit familiar, Venn diagrams.